Welcome back, everybody, to Dan Excelsior. Uh,
It's been like
I
4
forgot our
days.
tagline for a second. Yeah, it's been like 4. I haven't uploaded the last show.
The Mostly Marvel podcast.
So if you're listening, yeah, you'll get two of these back to back.
Nice.
This is episode 225, talking about the Punisher. One last kill. That's what it's called.
That's what it's called.
I hope
Doesn't
it's not
really
his
feel
last
like
kill. Otherwise, Spider-Man's
it doesn't feel like it's
gonna
truthful
suck.
either. Pretty sure it's not his one last. It's one last kill. I think that we could spend some time later today dissecting that title and what it means, because I think that's more interesting than just talking about what we saw. I think that would be fun. But we will be talking about it later in the show. It is a Marvel special presentation. It's a 51-minute. It's a short film written partially by John Bernthal. It's his first writing credit. Who he plays? He plays Punisher. And it reminds me of like that Thomas Jane short film that they did.
That's where I was going to go with it. But we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Right, but I'm saying it's short enough that you can go watch it and then come back and watch our show if you want to hear all about it. It's not a full-length movie, so it's not a long time commitment. But in the meantime, you caught up on The Boys?
Yeah.
I think you were caught up last time we met, which we did the show on Friday last week. So
yeah,
there's not a lot of nerd content that's come out between Friday and today.
No.
What have you nerded out on this week?
In the 4 days, went to go see some live comedy. That was fun. Great time. It's always fun to. I think it's neat to watch a set of comedians and watch them work off the bits from the others.
Oh yeah.
And even more so like crowd work bits.
Yeah, you mean when they're actually like talented enough to respond to what is happening in real time.
Yeah, it's not only funny, but it's on hindsight, it's like, oh, that's pretty talented. That some of the
for sure.
You recognize the talent of what they're doing up there. That was fun. That was my Wednesday. Okay. Speaking of Mother's Day, so it's really half a weekend. I was in San Diego on Sunday for the day to see my mom.
Okay.
So no nerd stuff on that day. Well, actually, side nerd stuff. We had some time to kill. So I got my feet somewhat professionally measured for shoes. My whole life I've been a size 9. Apparently the machine says I'm a size 10. So that kind of rocked my world on Sunday. I don't really know how to take that news.
Buy bigger shoes?
I kind of want to get tested again. Like I need a second. I need to validate.
I didn't know you needed to test. Have you just been wearing tight shoes your whole life?
I like a snug fitting shoe.
Oh my God. That's how you get athlete's foot.
A size 9. But they're like, yeah, your feet measure a size 10. So I want to get tested again. I don't.
How bad do your shoes stink?
Actually, feet don't really stink at all.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just making theories based on the scrunching of your feet that's occurring your whole life.
But that was pretty earth-shattering news on Sunday, I will say.
That was earth-shattering news. Nice.
Like, I own. So after that testing, they're like, maybe try like a 9.5. And I actually own a pair of 9.5 that I was gifted and I never wore because I'm like, these are way too big.
Mm-hmm.
And I wore them for a day and they actually felt kind of nice. So
okay.
So you learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
What I did Sunday or Saturday? I don't remember much Saturday either. That was nerdy.
Yeah, I I think the only thing I've been doing is playing Fortnite, uh, Droid Tycoon.
I played one round of Fortnite this weekend to get Peggy Hill.
Nice. You didn't need to play it to get her.
Well, I bought her and then I played with her, and then I'm like,
her. Gotcha.
yeah, I'm done with Fortnite.
Yeah, I can't think of any specific thing I watched this weekend after. I mean, because I literally finished watching Send Help like 1 minute before we recorded on Friday. That might have been the last.
Project Hail Mary's out on Apple TV. I might watch that.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm. I think it's a buy, but it is out.
Oh, it's a buy? Ugh. Gross. I wait till they're free. I wait. Yeah, I'm still like on the fence about like how I've been revisiting my opinion of Mortal Kombat from last week and saying like I'm seeing a lot of people that understand the games and are like pretty happy with what they got because it literally is just the games. And I also feel like on the other end of it, I'm like, but can't we expect a little bit more than that? Shouldn't we?
There's an article from the writers of this movie, and the kind of context of it was this is the first Mortal Kombat movie where they wrote hand in hand with Ed Boon and is it John Tobias?
Yeah.
So for bet, like one of the quotes was like, what knowing the fan base, what would be a level or scene that you would want to, like a fight scene that you would want to see happen? Like, oh, you should do X, Y, and Z. And the two creators were shocked to kind of like, yeah, we've never been part of this part of the process.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
So
you can feel that when you watch the movie, you can feel that like it is a true love letter to the games. It's just I feel like it's a true love letter to a certain part of the games that doesn't acknowledge like all the cool story that they built over like the last decade. You know what I mean? Like it's been a lot of story that's been established in that universe, probably more than a decade, honestly. And but I do think that like I'm really happy to know that it is the highest grossing opening weekend for any Mortal Kombat movie ever.
Yeah, we'll get a 3.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. I think that's awesome that they reach new heights with that movie. And you know, like I think there's something to be said about doing something that's for the fans, like the way, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's, like, you know, that movie wasn't for everybody, but it made a lot of money.
It's like that. It's like D&D. It's, you know, they're.
Well, I think the difference with D&D is it didn't hit the audience that it was supposed to hit. You know what I mean? Like, that's why we don't have a sequel.
Like it.
Not enough, because you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think the difference is Five Nights at Freddy and Mortal Kombat, obvious sequels. You know what I mean?
It's like I'm trying to think of other. It's almost like because we get like a BioShock movie on deck, there's a Gears movie down the pipe. Like,
yeah,
just don't rethink the wheel. Just I just want to see someone get chainsawed in half. I want to see the big daddies in BioShock. That's all I need, right? You don't have to go crazy with it. I think the Mortal Kombat movies just like we just want the fatalities. If you get if you get the fighting right, then that's 90% of the work done.
They got the fighting right, and they got the fatalities 100% on lock. Like, so
everything else is extra.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how this plays out like later this year when Street Fighter hits theaters, because I'm interested to see. I thought it was August. Is it not? I thought it's August.
It's like middle of October.
Oh, that's far. They're not even ready. They're not even going to be like out before Halloween. I mean, like, it doesn't give people a lot of time to put together a Halloween costume, is what I'm saying. Fair enough. But yeah, I think it's a weird time to do this show because uh, we haven't had a lot. I guess we consume a lot of nerd content in the middle of the week, and the weekend is not a time for that because I got nothing extra to share with you, man. Like I don't, unless you want to talk wrestling.
Yeah.
I watched some good wrestling this weekend.
I saw the Mini-Housens.
Oh man, so good. Anybody who doesn't like Danhausen does not like joy. They just have no whimsy in their life. Like it's too funny. The Minihausen thing was too funny, man. That was actually the same troupe of people that I saw in Vegas a few weeks ago. They flew them out to Tampa for.
I
for
saw
the event.
a video of what I think is Mini Kanye singing, and I was entertained.
Mini Kanye. Huh?
Mm-hmm. The context of it
seen-
was funny.
Yeah. Did you see all the mini Kevin Harts in the? Did you watch the?
I saw bits of the roast. I didn't watch.
roast?
I didn't watch the whole thing.
I watched the whole roast. It's pretty funny. Props to Shane Gillis for just doing that, just like being the host of that event. A lot of people looked at him like, "Why are you here?" But I would say he held his own pretty good. I'm not
You
going
watch?
to say.
Yeah, I do enjoy some of his comedy. I think
It rides a line where you can't tell.
he rides
like,
the line, but
should I like this guy or should I not? You know what I mean? Like,
he seems to be deviating from the path of other comedians in his lane in terms of this administration and their support.
yeah.
So I do appreciate him for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was listening. I was listening to Jeff Ross did a interview with on NPR. I was listening to like last week, and apparently he has like a new documentary coming out. But it was interesting to hear his path to like becoming a roast comedian.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know he had alopecia.
Oh, that makes sense because he doesn't have the eyebrows and stuff too.
Yeah, it was,
he's also recovering from cancer now.
He is recovering from cancer.
Yeah,
but he has definitely an interesting.
You should check out the roast. Events. Did you see the last person to roast in the
Rock?
Yeah.
That
was pretty entertaining.
Can we say the R word now?
You can say if you put a D in front of it. I think this administration has decided that the R word is allowed again. So, but whatever. Ooh, I got blurry on my screen. What's going on?
Yeah, you're getting canceled in real time.
Oh no! Oh no! I shouldn't have messed with the R. What's going on? A second. Let me see if I can fix it. Just keep talking.
Other than that, I think we have on deck. We have another episode of The Boys. And what about like Spider Noir coming back up?
When is that coming back? Oh, there, it just fixed itself.
I think it's like in 2 weeks, a week or 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. So does that mean we have a break in between?
We can take a break if you want to take a break.
No. I mean a break in between, like a Marvel break or a TV show break.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to suggest a break. I was going to suggest the opposite. I was going to suggest Lego Batman.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we should do Lego Batman.
Because the new game looks amazing.
Yeah, let's commit to that now.
I have heard nothing but high praise.
Did you watch that trailer?
Yes, I watched that trailer.
Did you see the trailer for the game?
Yes. Sorry, you might be lagging right now. I think you're lagging. Yes.
Yeah, we have a week. Yeah, we can do.
Yeah, the trailer for Lego Batman is amazing. All right, should we sync up? Are we still good? What if I count to
experiencing delays in real time? Yeah, we should sync up.
I know.
Yeah.
How do we do this? How do we fix ourselves? You leave.
It's gonna hit the button.
Technical difficulties.
All right. Let's start with the news of the day. Vision Quest. So today at a Disney conference in New York, I think what's it called? Disney Upfront. That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Where they kind of preview their slate for the fall.
Yeah, every network.
They showed the first footage of Vision Quest. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Vision Quest is coming out October 14th, and in the snippet they show a human-looking Vision reliving or rewatching memories from old Vision and trying to piece together what has happened, right? Because remember, he gets his consciousness transferred over. And also in the footage is James Spader as Ultron, also in human form. So there you go.
I knew about everything except the James Spader part. So that's cool. That's surprising.
They also went on to say, I mean, he's Ultron never dies, right? That's kind of his thing.
Yeah, but so what is the context of their human forms? Are they operating in a virtual world? Like, what's going on here?
That I don't know, but okay. It will serve as the closure of the pseudo WandaVision trilogy, right? WandaVision, Agatha, and now
and it's the same people working on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I trust them. I trust them enough.
8 episodes, October 14th.
Okay. All right.
Next up, news of the day, surprise. We got a new Punisher thing, which means we get a new Punisher toy. If I can pull it up. There it is. This is the third MCU Punisher. It looks like a new.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy buff. That he's got 3 figures in the MCU? Like, 2. Well, he's got. Oh yeah, they're all MCU, right?
Yeah.
No, the original one was the Netflix one, but still, technically, it's MCU, right? Yeah.
This is his look in the last 10 seconds of the
I know, right? Spoilers. I know.
I think he does look good. He's very buff in this toy.
It reminds me of the Marvel Rivals Punisher.
A little bit. You also get a screaming head, dye beard.
Yeah.
It is weird the beard's black and the hair's brown.
Oh yeah, it is, huh?
A little odd.
Yeah.
But hey, new Punisher toy.
With all the effects, all the stuff he never uses in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
In the show. Yeah, I put that one on the wish list because I as much as I think it's a cool looking figure, it's MCU, it's very niche, and I'll wait till it's discounted, man. That's where I'm at. That's how I feel about these MCU figures. They're very niche.
Rounding out, you mentioned Marvel Rivals. We got a new update to Marvel Rivals. Season 8, Sins of Alchemax.
Alchemax. Yeah. That's the evil corporation in the 2099 universe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They're also in Spider-Verse, right?
2099 universe. Yeah, Alchemax exists because 2099 exists in that.
I thought it's in the first movie, though.
It could be, but I mean,
yeah, where
they always planned on,
or Doctor Octopus. I thought that was Alchemax.
I can't remember, but I mean, it's
anyways,
it's tied to Spider-Man 2099. That's
season 8 begins May 15th. the new characters is Cyclops.
Yeah, and
This trailer this trailer looks is pretty sick.
okay.
There's also a little tease of another character, Moon Girl and Double Dinosaur.
Oh, you get them together?
I don't know if you get them together, but they're both in there.
Okay.
It's a cinematic, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. Like my thing with this game is I hate it, but I love the artists behind it. I think they are some of the best artists in the business right now. Like the artists behind this Marvel Rivals game. I think I am just so impressed with character models that I leave this game installed on my computer so that every month I can just go and look at the characters. And I'm so happy that the team at the Marvel Legends team decided that these character designs are too good to pass up, and now they're making figures of them. And also, McFarlane has already been making figures of these things for
Statues.
Staction figures, whatever you want to call them, for a few months now. So it's really cool. I think I'm waiting for them to add a more substantial single player experience. I know they have PvE in that game now, where you can actually like kill, just regular NPC enemies and stuff like that. And but I've heard it's a very limited experience, so I'm just waiting. I'm waiting because I don't think that game as a versus experience is fun. But I do appreciate all the work they put into the character models and the animations, even the voice acting. It's all really cool.
Yeah.
So,
you get the right people.
Yeah, they do.
All right. Is it time?
Sure.
That was longer than I remember.
Welcome to Den Excelsior.
We're moving too fast. My timing's off on the show.
Your timing's all off. It's true, but I think we sync back up at some point.
Punisher, One Last Kill, the Marvel special presentation that came out earlier today, starring
about 2 hours ago. Written by John Bernthal.
John Bernthal.
And the director, right? I forget his name.
The first, the other Punisher movie.
Reynaldo Marcus Green was the other person who co-wrote this whole thing.
It's a 45-minute Punisher one-shot. I don't really know when this is set, but
yeah. I think that's the part that hurts the most, is because I'm like, should the AVTF be showing up right now? Or, you know what I mean? Like, for as much as like they were hunting Punisher for 2 seasons of Daredevil Born Again, I want to believe that this episode takes place after Mayor Fisk gets exiled from New York. Right? Because kind of...
So we're both coming fresh from this. Let me just start saying this off the bat. I could not understand a single fucking word anyone said in the special.
Oh,
it is like mixed weird.
I didn't have a problem with it.
I'm not the only one who experienced this, so I wonder if like it's a certain stream.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it, but I also I rock subtitles too, but I didn't feel like I
turned on subtitles.
I didn't feel like I needed the subtitles, but yeah,
like it sounded drowned out, like the whole mix. Like the music was coming through fine, but the actual like dialogue was not.
Okay.
I logged in, logged out, and same thing. That's my experience with this off the bat. So that being said, I was entertained, but I'm still like gathering thoughts on how I feel about this. Because to your point, it takes place. It starts in New York's in chaos, right?
Yeah,
And
a
I
part
think,
of New York is in chaos, and you learn really quickly that it's in chaos because of Frank,
yeah,
because he has created a power vacuum in this part of New York they're calling Little Sicily, in which the entire Nucci crime family has been murdered, and you're learning through newscasts by Frank Castle, because he has decided that they are the last people somehow responsible for the death of his family, even though I thought we had kind of all dealt with them in the
that's
Netflix.
why I felt like, yeah, I thought the Netflix stuff dealt with this, but whatever. But I was just waiting for like the
Yeah.
one line of like, due to Mayor Fisk's absence, and also the power vacuum.
And
This
also
part,
Spider-Man's in space.
like, like one more line of like, again, like this.
This one and last week's Daredevil really make me angry at the Spider-Man situation, right? Because literally we
Well,
know that
I'll
at the
expand
end
to
of,
like the other any superhero in New York.
yeah. But we know for a fact that at the end of the last Spider-Man movie, he is now exclusively a street level hero.
Yeah,
He's like not doing Avengers shit anymore. So it's really extra frustrating that a giant gang war, not even gang war, just a giant riot breaks out in an entire part of New York and no one comes to save the day. It's like a full on war zone. So just to really give for the
straight up
summary, for
GTA server.
the spoiler summary, uh, the Punisher has done the job. He's killed everybody. And when we see him for the first 30 minutes of this special, he is wrestling with the demons now in his head. He's getting visions of his old unit that are all dead. He's getting, I think that might have been the same actors from Daredevil, Netflix Daredevil too. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It felt similar. But he's also getting visited by the ghosts of his family, and he's even getting visited by visions of Karen Page, and she's
Yeah.
not there. And so he's obviously, the funniest part of the whole thing is when at some point he says, "I think I need help," and I was like, "No shit, Frank, you
Well,
needed help for a
he
long
finished the
time."
deed, right, of avenging his
Yeah,
family, and
yeah, and
it gets pretty. I mean, he goes and he tries to kill himself.
yeah, but to me, and I'm not saying the Punisher can't do this. I'm just
Yeah,
saying that scene felt like the scene we got with Thomas Jane in his movie when he
yeah,
decided it was time, and then something pulls him back in, and so I don't know. I like, if we're comparing apples to oranges, I felt like in this one case, I think Tom Jane did it a little better. Like I felt like the story progressed in a way in because it is a longer movie, right? Where he got to be pulled back from the brink of death by human interaction, right? It's these neighbors that are like, hey, come have dinner with us, and then next thing you know, he's finding a purpose. And then when the bad guys come, because they always find Frank,
mhm.
then he's like, I want to defend them, right? And so I felt like a little bit more of an emotional connection to the sequence of events that happened in Thomas Jane's movie. Where in this very similar situation, Frank is just existing in this apartment complex. No one's really turning him in, even though you can totally tell they all know it's the Punisher, right? But like, I wouldn't probably turn in the Punisher if he lived nearby. I would be like, it's probably better not to piss this guy off. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's a good call.
I understand why none of the neighbors did it, but you can tell like all the kids know. Every time the kids look at him, they're like, "I know who you are. You're on the news all the time." Like, but they all understand he's kind of the good guy, right? And then one day, Ma Nucci shows up, and that was like the biggest surprise for me for the whole thing. She's played by Judith Light, who is if you're old enough to remember her, she's Angela from Who's the Boss. So it was really weird to see her playing this character. But Ma Nucci is pretty upset, and I actually thought it was some of the best writing she starts describing the loss that she's experienced, because it's this incredible loss that she believes that only Frank Castle can relate to. She's lost her whole family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you and I are the only ones that understand how this feels. But the awkward part is, as she's describing it, you start really quickly realizing, oh, she's talking about all the people he killed, and they're not good people. So like there's a difference, right? She's trying to compare, but the analogy falls short for sure. And she's like, hey Frank, just so you know, 647, that's when you killed my last kid. I've decided to call up every single criminal that's in this whole part of New York, and they're going to be here where you live at 647, and they're going to kill anybody and everybody that stands in between you and them. And so it turns into like kind of like an homage to Raid the Redemption, or the Dread movie that's kind of a ripoff of that, where it's like an entire apartment building in chaos because everybody's running wild with axes, machetes, guns, knives, grenades, whatever you can. And now Frank Castle, for some reason, is going to try his damnedest to kill every single bad person in this entire apartment complex. And I'm just like,
he killed a lot of people of color in that complex.
He did kill a lot of people of color. He did.
I was counting. It's a lot.
It was.
Look, I don't want to knock there's some good Punisher fighting. Yeah. Good Punisher killing for like a solid 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
Where he gets his Wilson Fisk moment from last week, and it is just, it's gung-ho in terms of how effective he is and how brutal he is. But I think what I liked about it was the little nuances of like, he unloads a clip, right? And then he picks up another gun. He immediately opens the magazine. He checks the bullets there. All right, I have eight bullets. It's John Wick-esque.
It's 100% John Wick. The whole sequence,
attention to detail.
The action sequence is, I felt like I was watching John Wick light. Yeah. Like, I feel like I get a little bit more hyped when it's John Wick because the music is, don't get me wrong, I loved La Vie en Rose by Louis Armstrong, like while the massacre starts. That's really cute. It was really, it's a very crazy artistic juxtaposition to have this celebration of the beauty of life, and then also watching it all get splattered all over the walls and everything like that. Very cool. But I didn't feel like I was seeing something better than anything I've seen in a John Wick.
You know why? Because he wasn't in the fucking costume.
Yep.
That's the only reason why.
Yeah.
So for context, he once the time comes and the raid happens and he's fighting his way, he fights his way down to like the bodega. It's nonstop Frank action, right? I'll say Frank Castle action, right?
It's like 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes.
Like 10 minutes of great
violence. Yeah.
Great violence, great action. And he wins.
The tattoo guy got it the worst.
Tattoo guy gets the worst.
That was a lot of knives stabbing.
But like nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Like once he's like in the clear, he sees Manucci, right? Manucci.
The G is
silent.
silent.
And they're like, she's like, they kind of give a stare down, and then her dude picks her up and puts her in the car and drives off. And then that's like, okay. And then Frank, through a scene, comes to peace with he is a Punisher still, and then puts on the costume, right?
And then kills the guy that unceremoniously killed the dog at the beginning of the movie.
But is that a Punisher thing where he asks people for permission to like kill them? Like, so the guy who he killed at the very end was the guy from the beginning who killed the dog.
That turned my wife off real early.
Yeah.
Like that was
That guy was gonna die.
gratuitous.
We all knew that guy was gonna die.
That was gratuitous.
I mean,
that
you don't
he
see it
needed to
though.
do that. I
But
know, but that sucked, dude. Like that
yeah,
was
it did suck. But when he catches the guy, at first he just kind of holds him up, and then he kind of like gives him the stare down and lets him go.
Because the homeless man says, that guy's cover, that's mine. And he's talking about the hat. It's a Marine hat that he stole from him at the beginning of the special. And so he takes the hat and gives it back to him. Even though this guy was about to like bat some people, like, for fun.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
He lets him run. And then the guy says, that's not all he took from me. And that's when the knife comes out and he tosses it right in the guy's leg and goes over and murders the guy. And I'm like,
it's weird.
You would think that you would at least ask to clarify what else he took before you murder him, but yeah.
I would almost respect it. Like, okay, I guess he's just like he doesn't kill first, and I would be 100% content knowing that this guy shows up in Spider-Man. That's a good conceit to like make that movie work at a PG-13 rating. I get it, right? He doesn't kill you, but he's not going to save you, that type of thing. But then, as soon as he's like, that's not the only thing he took, he just shoots this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like point blank. And cool.
That's
the Punisher.
You know what I didn't like about that is like when that homeless guy was happily celebrating his existence because he had his beautiful little dog and they're there just enjoying life, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere these gang members just show up, or these thugs, whatever you want to call them, they show up and just give that guy the biggest boot to the face you've ever seen, and then grab his dog and throw it out into oncoming traffic, right? You are like, oh my God, where is Frank Castle? Because I need these people to be punished now. The problem I have is those people became a prologue and an epilogue to the story and were not actually part of the story at all. And the epilogue is strange because Frank doesn't have any of the context. As far as Frank knows, this guy stole his hat. That should not justify what happened to the man. You know what I mean? So I felt like the punishment didn't fit the crime because he didn't know what the crime was.
Look, I think I like the first 15, 20 minutes of this where he's dealing with the issue again, even if it's somewhat rehashed from the series, but I think that's a neat. Well, I think it's a neat thing to just put out there. But
I think they didn't put it out there in a responsible way that had anything actionable happen from it, right?
Well, that's kind of my point. It's like I think it's the best thing about at least Daredevil, when the Netflix ones, I think they did a really good job contextualize the Punisher is not a good person. Yes. He's not something to idolize or he's deeply problematic. And they shine a light on that aspect of he is and why in a modern context it doesn't work. Right.
Well, it kind of does work.
But the ending just kind of like, to me, just reinforces that, like, this guy.
Well,
this guy.
I think that it's almost nitpicking to just pick on the ending, because I think if you think about it in the context of where this falls, like in the MCU, like we've already
I don't know where it falls.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is we've already decided through 2 seasons of Daredevil Born Again that literally everything that happened in the Netflix universe is becoming canon, right? They've done a lot of work in the last 2 seasons of Daredevil to make that point. This special presentation of Punisher even took that a little further by refilming the scenes where his family gets murdered at the Ferris wheel. They want to make sure you know it's still the same death that occurred that you remember from Netflix all those years ago. So my thing is, if Daredevil's already been doing that for 2 seasons, Frank showed up in Daredevil Born Again as awesome as he's ever been. In fact, it probably had some of the best moments he's ever had in the MCU in just one episode of Daredevil Born Again. What did this add to the lore of Frank Castle as the Punisher? What did this add to our experience of who he is?
I don't know. Like, I really don't. And I think that's the biggest shame of this. Like, there's no context for when this is happening. Why? Like, it's just kind of it's a Punisher one shot. And I don't want to knock it for that, because I do want to see more of these. I think these are really interesting ways to like a day in the life of would be a really nice like piece to get for some of these characters. We don't get to revisit that often. But knowing that, I think what we were kind of I don't say we were promised, but Punisher is a very big thing that although wasn't in Daredevil season 2, Born Again season 2, his presence is there, right? And then we also know we have this Spider-Man thing where there's a Punisher. So then we have this Punisher thing in the middle that, okay, maybe it bridges a gap, but it really doesn't. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't really know. Like, at this point, like it makes, at least the Spider-Man trailer makes it seem that like Punisher and Spider-Man have a relationship. Like, they know each other on a name, first name basis.
Like I'll tell you, the best service that Spider-Man movie could do is start by catching us up with like a montage of all the crazy shit that Spider-Man has helped resolve off camera. Like, I want to see Spider-Man saving people from the the Void. I want to see Spider-Man helping save people from the riots going on during Fisk's term as mayor. And I want to see Spider-Man showing up to help people outside of the chaos that was the Punisher, the Punisher massacre in Little Sicily. Because that would make me feel better knowing that, okay, Spider-Man is around. It's just he's very busy with all the splash damage that's occurring. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of chaos happening in the vicinity of these things, so he doesn't quite get to the moment. But it would help me contextualize how he even has a relationship with Frank Castle. But back to what you were saying, like, as far as like this being a one shot that just tells us a Punisher story in it, again, I gotta say, I think Tom Jane did it better when they made Dirty Laundry, which is the bootleg, like 10 minutes. I got everything I needed.
It's the same thing.
It's the same story. It's the same damn story. Yeah.
He doesn't even wear the Punisher stuff in that either.
No, but you're right.
He gets a shirt.
But it's a bootleg thing, and I'm willing to put up with it because it's only 10 minutes long. Yeah. You know what I mean? As opposed to, and he's also doing the laundry. The shirt is in the laundry. That's the joke.
Yeah.
But a 10-minute video that captures the idea that Frank Castle cannot sit by and let an injustice happen on his watch. That's all I needed. I kind of don't like the version we got in this because he kind of let a lot of bad things happen before he decided to start. Like, those people across the hall from him were getting brutally assaulted before he finally came through the doors and started murdering people. You know what I mean? Like, I was really cool that he was on fire while he was doing it, though. That was probably the best part of the whole action sequence, is that his legs were literally on fire for the first minute of it.
I feel like all this stuff, like the emotional arc that he was on, is stuff that they've already done.
Yes.
And
that's the problem I have.
like
I don't want to.
in the most, it's like, oh, I guess Frank's trying to kill himself again.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what it is. And look, you're dealing some serious themes that they're trying to deal with, and
Oh, he's got PTSD times a million, right? We
I'll
understand.
applaud him for
The performance is perfect, right?
performance is great. Carving an X over
The
the Marine
Marines.
insignia is a
Yeah.
pretty powerful image in certain
Yeah.
circles, right? So for them to go there, I'm like, okay, yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
do it. But then it's like we've seen them do this again. I don't
Yeah.
like I should have get off the pot, Frank.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I don't want to crap on the artistic choices that they made, because like I do believe that John Bernthal channeled some very deep, dark, emotional crevices like in his brain to make us believe this visceral creature that we saw on screen is real. Like I totally believe that Frank Castle is real while I watch this 45-minute thing. I already believed Frank Castle was real before this. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's the problem I'm having, is like I didn't get anything new added to this universe. I just once again am reminded, do not be near when you hear that man growl, because that growl is terrifying that
Yeah.
he makes. It's cool. Like he's such a good performer that I won't knock him for what he did here in this thing. But like, come on, man.
Like imagine we got
We
one of these with
we
Luke Cage going nuts
yeah,
or Iron Fist going nuts.
we spent the beginning of the show talking about how like I'm trying to put Mortal Kombat 2 in a better light, because they actually did the thing the fans wanted. And so it kind of pisses me off that we watched 45 minutes of them not doing the thing the fans want, which is just put him in the costume, man. Just like, I know I sound like
And look, the costume, for better or for worse, is an issue.
it is.
It is an issue.
But he can't reclaim it if he's not wearing it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I need him to be wearing it in order to make it better, to help heal this world. I need to see him killing bad people that are very obviously bad, wearing that symbol. When he does it without the costume, I don't know. It just feels like it's missing something.
Yeah. You're doing the. It's like when I'm losing an analogy, but he's a guy killing. He's Frank killing people, and not the Punisher punishing. Right.
Yes.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
And
he's killing in self-defense too, which is like that's the wrong context. You know what I mean? Like that's the least interesting context that I can ever experience the Punisher in, is when he's killing in self-defense, because that doesn't show me his psychological state, right? Most people in self-defense, it's fight or flight, right? Like that's what you're going to see. You're going to see one of two things. We already know he's a trained killer. So, of course, he's going to kill when people come after him. But what I want to see is the Punisher. I'm going to be honest. I think they blew the whole thing by describing to us in exposition the best part of what we could have watched. I would have loved to have seen him take out the Nucci family.
Yeah.
Let that be the one last kill, right? Because then we could have got a better idea of like, okay, how are they involved in the murder or the deaths of your family, right? Like, because it's news to me in this universe, right? In this universe, I thought we already got the whole story, but you're saying there's more to the story, and you gloss over that and just have him experience a moment of self-defense for 10 minutes. And I don't know. That's just not what I think of when I think of the Punisher. I think of the Punisher with his back against the wall. I think of the Punisher as 2 or 3 steps ahead, right? Like he's already planned out how he's going to
Yeah,
murder a
it's like
whole group of
the
people.
Thomas Jane thing did it best when he sets up all the little traps, right?
Yeah.
He goes in with the bow.
He didn't just get you physically, he messed with you emotionally and mentally, right? Like when he like exposed that like John Travolta's like right-hand man as being gay, like, and that's a problematic thing at that time, and like so many, he's just playing head games with this guy. Like yeah, and I just felt like that's the Punisher on offense. I don't need to see the Punisher on defense. You know what I mean? And so I really hope that the Punisher we get
Like
in Spider-Man is on offense.
like the next time we see the Punisher, he's gonna be with Spider-Man fighting ninjas. Like I need a bridge there.
Yeah. Well, we all thought this was going to be the bridge, right? We kind of did, and it was not. It was not the bridge. This was
like the next time we see him, he's gonna be missing shots most likely because it's a PG-13 movie.
Yeah. Well, Spider-Man's going to put webs in his guns.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
So
I mean, just to be fair, like there's a lot of murder in The Dark Knight, even though it's PG-13.
Yeah.
So he can still do it.
I don't not like this one shot, but I don't love it.
It didn't stick with me. Like I like literally 20 minutes after I watched it, I was watching something else on TV and just not thinking about it anymore. Like I moved on because like, well, one, because my generation
exists, and
like, my generation's desensitized to violence, and I also just watched Mortal Kombat 2 like and Send Help the other day, and so this didn't really like push me over the edge for violence, right? Because I'm ruined. I'm just ruined as a person. So if the violence isn't going to stick with me in a Punisher project, then I would at least hope that like the story is going to stick with me. And yeah, the fact that I was cool watching wrestling right after I watched that and just forgetting all about it, it tells me that it didn't have anything to offer me as a Marvel fan that wants to see the continuation of a story. And I think that we've just been sitting there with our wheels spinning for like a year now saying, where is any of this story going? Not just the Punisher, not just Daredevil, not just Spider-Man, but like the Avengers, the Fantastic Four. Where is all of this going? Because like it's supposed to be a shared universe, but we keep getting more and more stories where it's broken apart.
Yeah.
And it's just separate. You know what I mean? I love Wonder Man. I'm not going to knock Wonder Man for not being part of the larger universe in that story they told. But at the same time, it is another notch on the belt of like, how many stories can we tell that have nothing to do with anything else? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it gets weird.
Well, before I let you go, I got to ask, I know you're eyeing Manucci's chair over
I'm not eyeing Manucci's chair. That chair is dumb. That was so slow. Her chair was so slow. That was terrible. Fun fact, in the comics, Manucci has her limbs removed by a polar bear after Frank Castle throws her into a pen at the zoo.
That would have been more interesting.
Right. Would that would have been Chef's kiss if he showed up in the costume and said, hey, want to go to the zoo? I don't care what he says. Just like the lack of like, is she going to be in Spider-Man? Like, do I need to have this actor in Spider-Man now? Because like, that's how I want my Spider-Man movie to start, with an old crippled lady getting murdered by polar bears. Like it doesn't work in Spider-Man, man. I don't know. Yeah, this whole universe like has a Sony problem and a Spider-Man problem at the same time. They're the same problem. And that like these are all the things that Spider-Man would be trying to help with. I know he can't be everywhere at once, but he can be in the most affected parts of New York really fast. really fast. I played those
All right.
games. Yeah. 10
Well,
minutes.
I think that'll wrap up the Punisher One Last Kill.
So we're not recommending this one.
It's 40 minutes. I think you can't not recommend anything under 40 minutes.
Fine. The killing's pretty cool. You gotta wait a half an hour.
Next week, next Tuesday, Lego Batman. Probably one of the better Batman movies.
Yeah, probably
we'll
one
talk
of the
about
best.
that.
One of the best Batman movies. We'll do it in honor of the Lego video game coming out on the 22nd.
But until then,
we're sponsored by them, by the way. No, we're not. No, but that would be great if we got a copy.
Can we get a copy, please? It's not. Is it Telltale still?
No, it's not Telltale. I think it's not Telltale.
WB Games.
You're thinking of a different company. It's something similar to Telltale, like Tall Tale or something like that. Or it's not Telltale that makes the Lego games, but I know. But it is TT something.
Until then, true believers.